Hi, everybody. We're super excited to kick off our People in the Community meet and greets today. This is our new connections as we start our new Harmony project, Give a Shout Out to Your Community. And so we thought it would be fun for 6 weeks to visit different people in our communities. And today we are going to connect with Chef Jason, who is in Denver, Colorado, at his food truck, and also with my dear friend, Mr. Plemmons, who is with his kindergarten friends in Athens, Georgia. And so let's start with Mr. Plemmons' class, and we'll let him introduce himself and his kids and say a few words before we start with Chef Jason.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andy Plemmons, and I am a librarian at Barrow Elementary in Athens, Georgia. And I'm here with Miss Kelly's kindergarten class, and we have a special connection to Chef Jason because we have a student in this class who has a dad who owns a food truck. So you want to say your name?
Gustavo.
Gustavo. And Gustavo, what kind of food truck does your dad have?
A red one.
It's red. And what does he serve on his food truck?
I don't know, but I know he has
Tacos. Tacos.
Oh,
It is
yummy.
a taco food truck. And so we're really excited because we decided we want the food truck to come to our school. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get some tacos here at Barrow Elementary.
Yeah, that's such a great connection. Thank you for sharing that with us. Well, how about we have Chef Jason introduce himself now? Can you guys hear us? Maybe not. Christine, can you hear us?
Yeah, I think we're having a little bit of connection going on, but I hear you now.
Okay, well, go ahead and have Jason introduce himself now.
Hi, my name is Jason Baca. I'm the chef owner with my wife, Christine. We own the Roaming Bull Brasserie. We cater and we go around to different places and work our truck. We specialize in French cuisine, so we do really cool stuff as far as that's concerned. And also, we're going to make some beignets for you today.
Oh, yummy. That would be great.
Yeah.
So can you tell us where you're parked at and show us why or what else is around you? I hear that it's pretty exciting.
And all the other food trucks in Denver, Colorado, we pretty much all park here and share the same kitchen. So if you can look, you see all the trucks here for the day. We go downtown to the Capitol building area, and we all cook food for all the. So.
I think that's what Eric and I will do for lunch today, is we'll go visit the food trucks.
So here's my food truck. It's yellow because that's like one of the classic colors of France. All right. Here's the inside. So we got a grill where we cook all of our meats and stuff like that. And then here's our fryer where we fry up like our French fries, which pommes frites. It's the same thing. They're just they just call them pommes frites instead of French fries. And then there's another refrigerator that we keep our food in.
Now, I have a question for you. Do you cook every day in your food truck?
Do we cook every day?
Yes, we do. We work 6 days a week and we prep every day. So I have my guys coming in. They're actually inside right now prepping for the day. So everything's cooked fresh and ready to go every single day.
Very cool. Mr. Plemmons, do you and the kids have a question for Chef Jason yet?
Who would be a good person to come up first?
Mason, would you like to answer a question?
All right, come on up, Mason. You're going to come up nice and close and say your question. Crowd, okay?
Hi.
How do you
get my food, I go to different farmers markets and see what's fresh, and then I pick what I like, and then I also go to a big store. It's a huge warehouse store. Like, you guys know what Costco is? Just imagine Costco only like 3 times as big, and it's just for restaurants. So all of us guys that work at restaurants, we go and buy our food there.
All right. So you can have a seat. I think he's going to show us in a little bit how he makes things in his truck. He's going to show us. Do we have maybe one more question?
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit. What was the question?
Right. Go ahead.
How do you get inside the truck?
How do you get inside the truck?
How do I get inside the truck? We got this door right here. We get in.
Yeah, go back outside and I'll show you.
Over here.
And then you order from the window.
Our customers come and order the food through here. Money and the order, and then we take the food. And then I hand it to my waiter, and then they deliver the food right out the front door, just like that.
Wow. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I think they're ready to watch you cook.
The beignets. Okay, so beignets are basically, beignet is the word in French for donuts. So they're just French donuts, basically. So what I did was I made a bunch of them. They got custard, raspberry filling, as well as a vanilla custard in them. And I don't know which one has which in it, so we're just going to cook a few. I'll show you how I do it. So I basically just put it in the deep fryer, close it, and I put another one on top of that all the way through. And then I get this ready. This is my plate that I use for the food truck. This is a piece of paper, very coolie, which is basically like a strawberry jam. And I'm going to put that on top of the beignets.
Christine, we lost your video.
So once they're ready, which they look like they are, once they start floating and get a little dark like that, pretty much done. Put them in there like that. And then I go like this. You guys ever been to New Orleans or heard of New Orleans? They sell these beignets all over the place. And then you put lots of sugar on it. There you go.
Yummy. Those are pretty tasty.
Yeah, we want a sample.
Yeah. I know. You guys are close enough to New Orleans. You guys can get the real thing.
Now I have a question. I have a question for you. Where did you learn how to cook those?
How I learned how to cook?
Yes.
Good question? Yeah. So my family, we're all in the restaurant business, and my aunt, she taught me. I apprenticed with her, so that means I went to school underneath her. She worked for a guy named Luger Van Strauss, who was the sous chef for Jacques Pepin, who was a famous guy on television years ago. So that's where I learned. I learned from her for about 5 years, and then I just started working my way up, and then eventually here I am, my own business.
That's really neat. Yeah, I think that would be a pretty fun job to be able to have your own food truck and cook the things that you love. Mr. Plemmons, I bet your kids have lots of other questions. Do you want to ask some?
We do. We have lots of hands up, so we'll. Thomas, come on up.
How do you make the food? Where did you get all the stuff and to make?
Right, that he shops at markets and Costco.
How does he get the dishes?
Oh.
And how does he make it this? That is the final.
Oh, the fire.
How does it work? Yeah. So how are you able to cook on a truck? Is that kind of what you're asking? How does it work?
And who's driving?
Oh, who's driving?
That's going to be real.
And who's driving? Okay.
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit. What was the question?
So he was asking how you're able to cook on a truck, how it all works, and then who drives the truck.
So what I do is I have a guy that drives the truck, and we drive to the spot, and once we get to the spot, we plug in our electricity. Is we turn on gas that we use to use our equipment, and once that gets nice and hot, then we just cook. So you gotta think of it's like it's a truck, but it's also a restaurant on wheels. That's how we look at it. So it's just a mobile.
That's so neat. How long have you had your food truck?
We've been in business 3 years now.
3 years. Mr. Plemmons, I think you should come for lunch with me today, and we'll come visit him.
I would love to. All right, so you have your question ready? All right.
How do you make it?
Like, how does he get the recipe? Where does he come up with the recipe?
Yeah.
All right, so where do you get your recipes for your food?
Where I get most of them what I think I want to cook, and I come up with stuff that is fresh that I find at the farmer's market, and then I just cook what I feel like cooking. Like, for instance, last week we did Brussels sprouts because Brussels sprouts are in season. So I went to the farmer's market, bought a bunch of Brussels sprouts, and we cut them in half, and then we basically just cook them, and then we make a nice sauce for them. And that's how we come up with our recipes, with just whatever we think we want to do and that people would like.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a scientist in it. He's really doing experiments.
Where did you get your food truck?
So he asked, where did you get the truck?
I bought it from a guy that actually builds food trucks. That's what he does for a living. He builds all this stuff. So this was an old FedEx truck in your town. And basically, this had nothing in it, and it was just an old truck. It was just the shell, what you would see in a normal truck. Nothing. I had this guy. His name is James. And I just told him what kind of equipment I wanted, and he just built the whole thing. So he put the grill in, he put the fryer in, and the refrigerators. He put the floor in, everything he did. So it's really cool. And the cabinets.
How'd you get to be a chef?
I became a chef because, first of all, I love to cook, and my family's all in the restaurant business, so I just kind of learned how to cook, and I just kept going. You got to start from somewhere, and you just got to learn how to do everything, just like you guys are learning in your classroom, on your ABCs and your numbers and all that stuff. And that's exactly what I did. I learned how to cut, I learned how to cook, I learned how to stir, did all this stuff until I'm a chef.
Go ahead with your question. Go ahead.
How much money was the truck?
So how much would it cost to start our own food truck business, right?
It's about $50,000 to $75,000. That's pinching pennies too.
That is a lot of money.
Mackenzie,
All right, we have one more question coming up.
really loud.
All right. Go ahead. What's your question, Mackenzie?
How you cook?
Do you want to see maybe some of the tools that he uses? Yeah, so could you show us some of the tools that you use when you're cooking?
Maybe ask that one again.
All right. Yeah, I will. So she was wondering, what are some of the tools that you use when you cook? It looks like you might be frozen.
Oh yeah, they might be frozen. Chef Jason looks curious. Do you guys in Georgia, do you like to cook things?
Yes, a lot.
So who in here has something they cook with their family maybe?
Mimi, I cook brownies.
Good. So we're gonna hold your question until we get Chef Jason back. What's something, come up and share something that you cook with your family.
I cook brownies.
Shut up.
I cook.
Wait, it's that's right.
You
I cook chocolate by myself.
You do chocolate chip brownies? Is that what you said?
Cookies.
Oh, cookies. That sounds delicious. I love to cook chocolate chip cookies too. Those are good. You guys know what I'm gonna do today? My niece, she loves to cook, and she sent me a list of things that she wants recipes for. And so I'm actually sitting here with my recipe box, and I'm gonna write her down some recipes. And so you could use all those recipe books that you were looking at with Mr. Plemmons and find your own recipes too.
We're just looking at football tailgating recipes and ballerina cookbook recipes, all kinds of things over in our cooking section of the library. What's something else that you cook?
I cook with my mom chocolate chip cookies and chocolate chip white chocolate cookies.
White chocolate. That sounds really good.
Delicious.
Maybe one. You haven't been out yet, have you, sir? All right, come on up. What's something that you cook?
I cook Chex Mix.
Chex Mix. You make your own like homemade Chex Mix? Snack mix.
Do you guys know what puppy chow is? It's like Chex Mix, but it has powdered sugar on it. That's something that my kids always like to cook. That was tasty. Wasn't that cool that we got to visit a food truck today?
Awesome. Thumbs up if you thought that was
It
cool.
was cool. Give her a thumbs up if you liked seeing the inside of a food truck. Cool. If only you could taste the beignets, that would be even better.
I know. I think if I go and visit the food truck, I'll send you a picture of me with Chef Jason and us eating. But I think that we might have to go do that today. There's a lot of them down by the Capitol at noon, and I've never done that before. So if I do that, I'll send Mr. Plemmons a picture so he can show you, okay?
We would love that.
And if we go to visit our friend's food truck, we'll send you a picture.
Yeah, that would be so awesome. And I can't wait to hear your stories about communities and what your community is like. And I'm so excited that you joined us for our first meet and greet today. You were a perfect class, and I'm sure that Chef Jason just loved showing you around his food truck. So thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
inviting us.
Thank you. And kindergartners, it was nice to meet you, and I hope that you have a great week.
Bye.
Let's give everybody a big wave.
Bye.
Bye. I can't wait to see your food truck. Goodbye, Mr. Plemmons.
Bye. See you soon.
See you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.